Welcome to the Rome Life Show. I'm Jerome, my co-host Mario.
What's up, Bay Area? What's up, y'all?
Today's show, we want to talk about potential presidential candidates and give you guys a little background history on them. Not too much, because you guys got to do your own homework, but to give you something to get started with. And we know it's three of them, right? As of right now, potential. Jeb Bush, Hillary Clinton, and Dr. Ben Carson. So we'll start off with Jeb Bush. But before we go into Jeb Bush, I'm going to give y'all a background about the Bush family. And we're going to start off with Prescott Bush, the grandfather of Jeb Bush. And they got one hell of a legacy. Prescott Bush worked hand in hand with Hitler. He was the president of the Union Bank of New York. Not only did they help finance Hitler war, but they also did a lot of money laundering for Hitler, hiding millions and millions of dollars. Union Bank was seized by the U.S. government, but U.S. Senator Prescott still sat on many boards that still hid money and hid agendas for Hitler. Prescott was paid so much money for doing what he do that this guy named Franz Tyson wrote a book, I Paid Hitler. I highly recommend you guys to read this book. Prescott was also involved in a steel company that would use laborers from the concentration camp. Two survivors from this concentration camp sued the United States government and the Bush family for $40 billion. John Beckham, an investigative journalist, worked in journalism for over 30 years, was the first journalist in U.S. history to go to the U.S. Archives and the Congress Library and go through thousands and thousands of paper to prove without a shadow of a doubt that everything I'm telling you is true. If you check the Guardian newspaper, how the Bush grandfather helped Hitler rise to power, you will see some of the things I'm talking about. But I'm not going to go too deep into Prescott Bush, his ties with Hitler, but I do recommend you guys to really, I'm serious, really check this out, especially if you're going to be our next president. You will be shocked. But now let's look at George H. Bush and his involvement with the bin Laden family. The bin Laden family was the second largest Arab Saudi Arabian group in Saudi Arabia. They invest directly and indirectly with Bush. After Bush left the office from being the first president, he became a board member of the Carlyle Group, where he was paid by the bin Laden family to work hand in hand with them. On September 11, 2001, Bush Sr. and the head of the bin Laden family group will be at the same Carlyle Group meeting in Washington, just a few miles away from where Osama bin Laden hijacker would attack the Pentagon. Bet you guys didn't know that, huh? We all know what happened after 9/11, so I'm not even going to look at that. But Jeb Bush as the governor, here's 5 things y'all should know about him. Number 1, he signed the first Stand Your Grounds bill and law. Number 2, he spearheaded efforts to privatize education. Number 3, he became a huge booster for the death penalty and being tough on crime. You know that, huh? Number 4, he intervened in Terry Scornori case, who was brain dead, and her guardian wanted to take her off life support, but Jed wanted to interfere, but luckily the higher courts jumped in and told him he couldn't. But he's a big opponent. He's a big favor for small government to leave big business alone, but he want to jump in the affairs of private people. You know, that's how they get down. And number 5, he cut and privatized government service. His Department of Children Families lost track of 500 children under their care of the state. He passed a gigantic tax cut for the wealthy, some $19 billion over his time in office. Much of his benefits was always to the rich people, never to the families. Jeb Bush have hired all but 2 of the same people that worked for his brother, George W. Bush. On CNN, Jeb Bush said, I never disagree with my brother, so why start now? So with that being said, if he's no different than George Bush and George Sr. Bush. So if y'all ready for some more Bush, some Bushish, vote for Bush. And, but I can't tell y'all who to vote for. I'm just giving you a little information on what you think about it.
I can tell you who to vote for. Don't vote for them damn fools. I'm just gonna keep it real. Man, that's just horrible, man. Because the one thing that we have to rely on is that seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave, man. And you just gave people some credible knowledge that they need to hear about, because that family is horrible. They are the Taliban and whatever all the things you can think of. They are the terrorists.
Right.
Basically.
Yeah.
So that's just goes to show, man, that we think that we have these rights, these votes that's gonna change something, which I don't saying to go out there and vote, but I ain't, because I know the real. So, but it's just that we don't have people. The people, do we really have power? No, we don't really have power. That unless we unite, which ain't gonna never happen, because they always got us divided.
Right. I mean, I just wish people will just read more. I mean, if I can get this information, anybody can get it, and they're not hiding this information. You can check Washington Post, Time Magazine, the Guardian. It's all this information is out there. So I think it's very important for people to do their research. Just don't go off what they say alone on TV or what you read in print. You got to put it all together, and you got to dig underneath the surface. You can't just go what's on top of the surface to get understanding. If I take this table right here, if I really want to understand how this table is standing here, I got to look underneath it to get understanding what's on top of it.
One of the main problems is you got the dumb leading the mentally deaf, dumb, and blind. So the people we're not getting anywhere. It's gonna be, even though we're doing this today and you spit the knowledge, it's gonna be somebody that's gonna say, "Oh, they full of bullshit." That's just it. And we have less of people like us, that's willing to spread the word and expose these characters. And some people don't want to hear it, and some people, and there's more people that believe them or that's going to support them over them, and they know that, so they don't care about this information getting out, because they don't know the American people ain't going to believe these two black fools. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, you're right, because it's so much deep, and it's funny. One of the guys said that to Prescott Bush when I was doing some research. He said that just do it. Americans don't read; they don't believe anything we tell us.
Yeah, they put everything in movies. My brother gave me a book. My brother gave me a book when I was incarcerated. Before I changed my life around. And he highlighted a sentence in the book, and it was a book that was by a skinhead. So I'm like, why would he send me a book that's by a skinhead? And it said the best way to keep a secret from a nigga is put it in the book, because he won't read. And so that right there hit me. I wasn't reading, and when I did read, I was reading, like stuff that before the internet boomed out. I was reading Source magazine, stuff like that. Right. I wasn't reading knowledgeable, credible books. It took me to read the Malcolm X book to change my to change my life around. Yeah, but other than that, I wasn't reading nothing but a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, that's how I was. I'd have read the Source magazine, hip hop magazine, just all a bunch of crap. The first book I read was Marcus Garvey, then Malcolm X. Then I took a long time off from reading. Yeah. So then I got back into reading probably about 3 years ago, and that's when I started discovering all this information and all this knowledge. I'm like, wow, it's so much that we don't know. No. That's crazy. So that's the whole reason why we decided to put this show together. For the people that want to know, we're not going to tell you everything, but we're going to give you avenues to go look and check it out and see for yourself. Don't take our word or nobody else's word. Go check it out. But with that being said, we'll be right back, man, in 30-30. Huh. All right, welcome back. So now, when we talked about Jeb Bush and the family, hopefully you guys go do some homework on them. Now we're gonna talk about the Clintons. What you got to say about Hillary Clinton?
Man, they don't have too much information on Hillary Clinton. But what I can say is that she's related to some powerful people. that makes her candidacy make it popular on her. First of all, women gonna support her anyway. Because it's a woman running for president. So that's here and there. Say the women it's gonna be off the hook once she start running. Right. Women gonna be it's gonna be incredible. But she's related to Celine Dion. She's related to Angelina Jolie, and she's related to Madonna. So these are all powerful women.
Do you think the women can influence her on policy making?
The followers, the people that follow like Madonna and things like that, that explains how they're able to. Madonna and Angelina Jolie is able to go to different countries and pick up little black kids and bring them back and raise them. You know what I'm saying? Because of the power they have, who they supported with the Clintons, and stuff like that. So I think that if this candidacy, the main two that's gonna be running is gonna be Jeb Bush and Hillary Clinton.
Jeb Bush and Hillary Clinton. Wow. Well, I got a little information on Hillary Clinton too. On June 20th, 2007, Hillary Clinton complained about the Bush office shredding the Constitution by having a secret email account. Then 2 years later, as a Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton set up a secret email account along with Secret Services in her basement for all her official business. In 1994, her and her husband invested in the Whitewater real estate project. The project bank Morgan guaranteed savings and loans failed, costing the federal government $73 million. In 2009, she became the 67th U.S. Secretary of State, using her position to make women's rights and human rights the central talking point of the United States and Senate. She became one of the most traveled Secretary of States in American history. She was investigated after a deadly attack on a U.S. diplomat post in Benghazi, Libya, which killed Ambassador Christopher Stevens in 2012, September 11th. Damn, that's September 11th, a motherfucker, boy. You better watch out. So just that right there alone, I wonder a lot of attacks on her. Like I remember when that when that thing happened, when that dude at the embassy got killed. I mean, they came down on her tough because they said she didn't provide enough security for him, and it's all her fault. They're trying to get her in trouble, and people, mainly the Republicans. Yeah. They was on her head. They wanted her head, and that's when she turned really old. Yeah. And when her hair went from that goldish look, it was straight white. I was like, damn, Hillary, you looking good for a minute, girl. Right. What's wrong?
Yeah, man, that's this like I said, man, this politics stuff is crazy. And if you don't get deeply into it, you'll get lost.
Man, you get super lost. But I wonder though, like with Hillary Clinton, with her husband being who he is, and what happened, what is her chances of really getting in office, you think? I mean, I understand she don't have a woman behind him, but also, I mean, what are her chances, you think?
I think her chances is high.
I mean, you think America's ready for a woman president?
I think so. I'm going to tell you the reason why I think so, because I'm going to use a subliminal message that Obama used in his campaign where they gave him to use was change. Mm-hmm. The United States is tired of they're trying not to look like the big bully country. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So you put a black president in forefront, so now the United States has changed. They got a black man as president. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now you bring the woman in, she becomes president, and now
the headline.
Now look at the United States. Yeah, they changing their whole. United States it's an equal opportunity, and it's not an evil country like everybody says it is. It's love. It's got all the love. They put the black president in, now they putting the woman in.
I mean, do you really think that the old American white men are really ready for a white woman?
I don't think
to be a president.
I don't. They stuck in their ways. They stuck in their ways. So it'll be. I see Jeb Bush winning. I do see him winning.
So he's just going back to the Republican side.
Yeah, it's definitely going back to the Republican. That's another thing about change. The message was in there. Obama was basically saying, just because I'm a black president, just because we put this black president in front of you, that don't mean that I'm gonna help black people. You know what I'm saying? That's being biased. The change was change what you doing because these Republicans gonna take over.
Right.
And everything for the so if you ain't going to school, you ain't bettering yourself, then you through because they're trying to get rid of the middle class citizen. There's either gonna be rich people or broke people.
And that's a good point you just made when you said black people thought that when Obama got in office, he was gonna look out for us. Is women gonna think if Hillary get in office, they're gonna look out for her?
I'm pretty sure they are.
So does she feel like Obama said, I'm the president of the United States. I'm not the president of the black people. He didn't quote me out and say that, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But do you think Hillary would take that same approach?
If she comes out,
or you think she will really do more for the women and women's rights like she did for Secretary of State?
I'm telling you right now, if she becomes president, a lot of men gonna be inside of Victoria's Secret buying their girls.
Oh man,
buying their stuff because these women gonna be thinking they empowered, man. You cook dinner. I want you to cook through the whip. So that's how it's gonna. That's just how it's gonna be. It's gonna be a lot of. It's gonna be war, man. It's gonna be war.
Okay. Now let's talk about Dr. Ben Carson, who was the first doctor to separate twins by the head. Two twins was born. He separated them successfully. He was a neurological surgeon at Johns Hopkins Hospital. Now, this dude, you read his bio, he seemed like a great guy. I mean, he want education. He want fairness. He has a organization where he give out a lot of scholarship. Him and his wife. So everything on the surface seemed cool, but then he called a lot of slack because he says, when men go to jail, they become gay. And that's how we got all these gay men in jail. I mean, that's what he said. He had to come out and apologize for that. But that's what he said. What you think about that?
He has some truth to it. I mean, a lot of brothers are giving up their ass in jail.
But do you think jail make you gay?
I don't think jail force you to be gay. not make you gay.
It force you to be gay.
Yeah. It force you to be gay. Like I said, some of them sexual dudes is in the can't get what they want, and so you get caught up in them, on the wrong yard with them lifers and things like that. That's in the taking ass, and if you ain't strong enough to deal with it, then.
Okay, so how do you think it's gonna work out for him for the gay community saying stuff like that? Him getting a chance.
Oh, it's over.
So that black man ain't gonna be our president.
It's not a gay. It's not a gay person right now going to Chick-fil-A and buying something to eat. You know what I'm saying?
What happened with that?
Chick-fil-A said they ain't supporting the gay movement.
Oh, okay.
So the gay people.
So he done.
Protesting. Yeah, he done. He done. He done anyway because Obama. They had enough black.
You think so?
Yeah, that's done with.
So you don't think there'll be another black president?
I mean, there were 6 before Obama. He wasn't even the first black president.
Well, you're right. You true.
But that's I want is Ben. Is he full black?
He full black.
Yeah, he definitely ain't.
He definitely ain't getting it.
Definitely ain't getting
Brother,
it.
you ain't getting it. Well, for people that don't know about Dr. Ben Carson, he got a book called The Gifted Hands, his autobiography. He has another book he wrote called The Big Picture. He has another book called Thinking, Take the Risk, and Learning to Identify and Choose and Live with Accepting the Risk. These are all his books. Great writing. I highly recommend you guys go out, check him out, learn as much as you can about these people. We know more is going to pop up as the year progresses. We get closer and closer to it's time for the election and all that type of stuff. So I really want you guys to really check it out. But we'll be right back in 30-30, man. Welcome back. Well, with Obama going out, Eric Holder going out, do you think we'll see this many more black people with the next president coming in? I mean, I know George W. Bush had Condoleezza Rice. Mm-hmm. Clinton had... Who the hell did Clinton have? I scratched my head.
Clinton had rappers.
Oh, yeah, rappers. Huh? He had Biggie and Tupac.
Jay-Z and all them.
I forgot. So do you think we'll see any more black prominent... Like, say, what's her name? Kamala Harris, the California Attorney General.
Oh yeah.
They say she might be going up to the Senate.
Yeah, you'll see some blacks in. They gotta have some black women. You know, they don't like us, but you know, the white men love black women.
Now, so, with Hillary, do you think Hillary, if she do run, do you think she'd get a black woman as a vice president? Is it be a man?
Yeah, it'll be a man. I'm pretty sure.
Black man, white man. What about an Asian man, Mexican man?
I would like to see some diversity, but I doubt it. It's going back to white. You know, it's going to be predominantly white.
So, your honest opinion, you think it's going to be out of Hillary and Jed, which I kind of agree with you. Who do you really think will edge that out?
Jed. That's just my honest opinion. I think Jed, it's time to look forward to the worst that's going to happen to us as people. You know, like when I'm saying that, I'm talking about martial law and just things that people don't scared to talk about. Martial law, one constitutional law, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So we headed towards that.
I mean, that's why I tell people to really check the Bush history, and they will see a lot of stuff that you said is true. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I just want to tell you guys, first of all, email us at the Rome Light Show, like every week, right there. Let us know what you think about the show, things you want to talk about, any black business out there you want to advertise. It's about giving back, paying forward. We all got to come together to get through all this together. So with that being said, like I always say every week, I need you guys to research, read. When somebody brings information, don't just put it down because you never heard of it. Go look it up. See if this person really telling the truth. And if they lying, bring back the real information so you can stop them from spreading lies. It's time for us to start talking again and stop just stay in our own corner, and it's a taboo to talk about politics or religion. That's some bullshit. It's time to be real. You know what I'm saying? We should be able to talk about anything and still be cool. Because all this, I'm hurting your belief, or whatever your belief in, religion, politics, whatever it is, you should be able to talk about it if it's a strong belief. If you can't talk about it, you might need to check your belief. What you got to say to the people?
I'm agreeing with you, man. Just we got to start researching and doing more. You can't. There's no excuse now because you got more media outlet, internet outlet. So there's things you can look up. You know, stop acting like the members of a church and just believing everything a preacher say. Everything he say, you saying hallelujah, amen. You know what I'm saying? Research it and check to see if there's these. Even our information, like you said, even the information that we give you too, research it and make sure that you having a clear understanding of what we're talking about and all this stuff going down, because you want to teach your kids and prepare them for what's coming up, you know, because this is some serious stuff that's coming up, you guys, and we got to be mentally prepared for it and ready to fight back as people. Unity.
Yep, I agree. Like this show is for the people. So when we say something that's not wrong, email us, tell us, man, that was wrong. Whatever it is, just let us know. This show is for y'all. We need a voice. We here to give y'all that voice. So we can't speak on something if you're not in our ear telling us about what you want to speak on. So until next week, once again, peace out.
Peace.